is time for the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. What's up, Internet? Thanks for joining us here on our morning update. We hang out every morning around this time and get you up to date on all the weather and all of the news going on in the Twin Cities and western Wisconsin. Let's take a look at the weather for today. It's going to be hot and muggy. Whoo, goodness. Yes, it is. It has been 90. We've seen that 90-degree mark for a couple of days now. And yeah, we're going to come and probably hit that again today. We are expecting some storms, though, and the clouds are already moving in. So we're keeping an eye on when the storms will arrive in the Twin Cities. Riley's initial thought was that we'd see rain in the metro late, well, kind of early evening. So like 7 o'clock, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Storms are out to the west and headed our way. So keep it tuned to WCCO or streaming on CBSN Minnesota. We'll have weather updates for you throughout the day and keep an eye on that. You can tell just looking outside already, the clouds are starting to roll in downtown Minneapolis. So we'll watch it today, but rain, we need it. No question about that. Let's talk about holiday shopping because today, as I check the calendar, is August 20th. And in August, you think of Christmas trees and Christmas carols and what am I going to get everybody? No, you don't think of those things? Money Magazine says maybe we should because of shortages. We know that the supply chain has been messed up because of COVID-19, and the experts are saying that could extend into the shopping season. So popular gifts are very likely going to be low in stock and hard to find. Some retailers are adjusting. They're trying to bring in the stuff they think will be most popular earlier in the year. So they're saying, look, the sooner you start, the more likely it is that you'll find what you're looking for. So today's question for our CBSN Minnesota Morning Update is, what are you getting me? What are you thinking? I do this for free for you. What are you going to get me for the holidays? Will you start shopping later today for me? Or are you going to wait, until more traditional? I know a lot of our viewers start sending me gifts in November. Oh, we're not asking just about me? It's just about shopping in general? I thought this was about getting me stuff. Apparently, we're just talking. Oh, look, Addie has brought me a Christmas gift stolen from our kitchen set. And this is as fake as it could be. This is beautiful. You know what? It's the thought that counts. Thank you, Addie. Let us know if you're going to do your holiday shopping earlier than normal, what you're thinking. What would you like and what would you get me? I think that would be very funny. Your funniest answers to what you would get me coming up. This morning, the leader of the Minnesota Republican Party is out. What a whirlwind of a week it has been. Just 1 week ago, we learned that a big-time donor to the Republican Party was arrested by the FBI and charged with child sex trafficking. Then the pictures came out that showed him with Jennifer Carnahan and her husband, U.S. Congressman Jim Hagedorn, kind of hanging out, and questions about what would happen. What did Jennifer Carnahan know? But that kind of steamrolled into allegations about her running the Republican Party in sort of an abusive way. So Carnahan's leadership called into question after that friend and political donor was charged with, led to all sorts of revelations. People came out of the woodwork telling stories about what it was like as a staffer, allegations that sexual harassment claims were ignored. So at last night's Republican Party meeting, Carnahan was defiant. She still denied these allegations and basically said people were out to get her, people who couldn't get her out of office during the election a couple of months ago, kind of taking this opportunity. But she did agree to step aside after the state executive board agreed to pay her a severance package. So the board did not have to vote, up or down. Do we want her? Do we not? But an activist in the room told us the vote on this package was 8-7, and Carnahan was the deciding vote, voting for her own payout. The payout will be about $38,000 or 3 months' pay. Here's one of the activists.
I am disgusted, absolutely disgusted. This party is in ruins. As a past large donor to the state, I quit giving money a year and a half ago when all these different rumors started coming out. If to know that money that I gave is going into her pocket, because that's the only way she will walk away is for money. You don't tell me that she cares anything about the party.
In a statement, Carnahan still denied all of those allegations. She just basically said it was in the best interest of the party and in her own mental health to resign. No one has really accused her of knowing about Lazzaro's alleged criminal activity. She denied again that she knew anything about that, but certainly questions about how a 30-year-old man got so wealthy to be able to donate so much money to the party. Carnahan was the Republican chair since 2017. She actually was elected as an outsider, and a lot of hope among some in the party that she will represent kind of a new voice and a new approach. The party now will reconvene to elect a new leader. They're also going to investigate some of these allegations, a lot of these workplace, abuse allegations, really, that have come against Carnahan. Here's the backstory just to bring you up to date on Tony Lazzaro and 19-year-old Gisela Medina. She was the head of the University of St. Thomas College Republicans chapter. And according to her LinkedIn, she worked for one of the real estate companies that Lazzaro owned. They're both charged with sex trafficking, 6 minors. We don't know exactly what that means. Investigators do think there are more victims, though, so their investigation continues. The number of Minnesotans being hospitalized from COVID-19 continues to rise. Last week, the state reported 432 new hospitalizations. That's nearly 4 times higher than early July. 93 patients in intensive care. Minnesota right now with plenty of beds in the intensive care unit. Meanwhile, healthcare, like many industries, dealing with staffing shortage. North Memorial and Robbinsdale, they tell us they have more than 400 job openings right now. And North Memorial has a whole health system. That's the most they've ever had. It's not just the hospital, but it's clinics. They held a job fair yesterday trying to fill some of those positions. There's a lot going on here. Nursing and security managers are saying the shortage is partially because of stress and burnout from the pandemic, but also wider issues of public safety.
On top of COVID, we deal with so many other issues. We're dealing with all the stuff in the community, all the violence that's going on.
Other healthcare systems in Minnesota say they're facing the similar problems. North Memorial says it is really making mental health a top priority, trying to deal with these burnout issues and the stress to keep the workers who are still a part of their system. Let's talk about the drought. It's just been rough, right? And we're seeing this problem up north really starting to spread into wildfires. U.S. Drought Monitor, as they've shown things around the U.S., some states are getting better, Minnesota getting worse. Half of the state. This map is sort of difficult to see. Any of the colors on the map means it's drier than it should be. But once you get into the orange, the orangey red is extreme drought, and then that really dark kind of brownish red means exceptional drought. I wish we had a different color code. I sort of hate this map, but you get the idea. The worst part of our state is the northern part, and we are seeing this in our waterways. Look at this stream just dried up. River levels are low too. National Weather Service says, okay, if we're going to kind of even up to end the drought, 15 inches of rain over the next 3 months is not going to happen. I mean, that is so much more than our average rainfall. And so this low water is prompting some action, some changes. And here is what we're seeing on the lake. Some people actually pulling their boats out early. Bayside Marina on Lake Minnetonka said they've got customers winterizing their boats right now, and that usually doesn't happen until October. Low water along the Mississippi River forced St. Cloud's hydroelectric dam to shut down for the first time since 1988. A lot of you remember that drought. And all the fountains are going to be off in Minneapolis. Park Board shutting them down. They will be dry through the end of the year. It's kind of a bummer, right? We love to see those beautiful fountains. And they try to, they recycle the water through those, but some water evaporates, splashes off, and so nice to see the Park Board taking that step. Today, President Joe Biden's going to talk about the situation in Afghanistan. We heard from him earlier this week and then sort of nothing. And then today he's going to talk again because we're still trying to get, who knows, how many Americans out of there. So many people stranded at the airport in Kabul. Nearly a week after the Taliban seized control of the city, the airport is still just packed with people trying to get out. A video shared on social media underscored the desperation felt by many Afghans. And that video shows a baby being passed over a wall. Here it is. See that baby? Passed over the wall to an American soldier. Ugh. Boy, that just hit you. That soldier guarding the airport. Yeah, it is a fight for their lives right now. Pentagon says it's evacuating fewer than 2,000 people a day, despite round-the-clock flights out of Kabul. Efforts underway to speed processing. A lot of this is because, you know, it's just an absolute train wreck as far as checking paperwork, understanding what's going on, trying to get more people out.
There has been no decision to change the deadline, and we are focused on doing everything we can inside that deadline to move as many people out as possible.
No reports of the Taliban harassing Americans trying to get to the airport, but CBS News has learned that they have blocked some Afghans from traveling. It's going to be a different experience at this year's Minnesota State Fair. We've learned many vendors and exhibitors will not be back, some because of their concerns about COVID and protecting their employees, some because there's just a shortage of workers everywhere. The fair said no giant sing-along this year, just the idea of people like belting out tunes into microphones close to each other. They said that doesn't make a lot of sense. DNR is not going to have their building open, but they will have activities and staffers outside the building. Minnesota State Fair spokesperson told us between 150 and 200 vendors and exhibitors will not be back. Usually they'd find replacements, but this year they have decided not to do that.
You may just see some more open areas, some more room to sit on the grass and eat your corn dog. So we just tried to create more space this year for people.
State Fair announced Wednesday it wasn't going to mandate masks, no mandate of vaccination proof or negative COVID test, no limit on attendees. And there has been fallout from that. WCCO will have a booth out there this year, at least as of now. That's our plan. We are making some adjustments, though, working to keep both our staff and visitors as safe as we can. Serious injury as a giraffe at the Como Zoo sporting some new footwear, and a team of animal care experts and veterinarians from around the country came together and said, "We will help Skeeter." 12-year-old giraffe. Giraffes have a long life. Poor guy became lame on his front left leg. At first, the doctor said, looks like a tendon injury. You're going to have to sit out. We put you on the injured reserve. You're on the stall rest list. That didn't help. So x-rays determined that he had actually fractured part of his hoof. So they trimmed Skeeter's hooves, a little hoof surgery, fit him with custom-made shoes. And these shoes act as a splint, so kind of limit movement. Look at this operation. Unbelievable. Giraffe now up and walking again. You can't really see those shoes. It's not like he's wearing Crocs. I mean, imagine a giraffe wearing Crocs. It's ridiculous. They'll be removed in 8 to 10 weeks. Nice work at Como Zoo. Popular place to snap a great picture of Minneapolis skyline is back. 24th Street pedestrian bridge open again on 35W. Is closed for construction on the interstate. Very popular skyline view, beautiful view of downtown Minneapolis. You kind of get your camera, get your phone right in between those openings. And it's gorgeous. So good stuff. Go take your pictures over 35W. Lots of great time lapse, long exposure. There's a good example of one, those long exposure shots. All right, we're jam-packed with news in the CBSN Minnesota update today. Let's get some feedback. We're talking about holiday shopping, and many of you observed my prompt of what you're going to get me. Suzanne, a plaid bow tie. Bring back bow ties. I'm not sure if I remember how to tie one. Last time I wore a bow tie for an event was a long time ago. Bradley says we started being on the lookout for Christmas 21 on December 26, 2020. They look all year long. Oh, Bradley would like to get me a lifetime access pass to state and national parks for my bike adventure pleasures. That's super nice idea. Thanks, Bradley. Kimberly already started shopping. Wow, nephew already knows his Christmas gift and he gets it early. Oh, what a great Christmas present, Kimberly. Packers versus Vikings tickets. Go, what? Wait a minute. No, that's an awesome present. Thank you. Becca, my gift was the first she bought. Thank you, Becca. Oh, you have a great present due in January. You are pregnant. No shopping after Halloween. Husband's going to have to do it. So everybody gets beer. That's how that goes, isn't it? Becca, congratulations. Tamara's going to send me some socks. Never enough socks. Yeah, Tam's already started. You know, I like jewelry, Tamara. That's what a nice watch. That would be good. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Friday, hope you have a great weekend. That's the morning update from CBSN Minnesota. We'll have you updated all day about the rain as that moves through. Perhaps a chance for severe weather later tonight as well. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday.